Hey, what's good, everybody? Cowboys Nation. This is Earl representing the NFC East podcast of the 14 Rings podcast. And I'm here to bring you Barbershop Talk. And I'm here to talk about the Dallas Cowboys NFL schedule for the upcoming 2025 season. One thing that I noticed from this schedule is that the NFL gave us no favors, and I like it that way. It's to the point now that the league is out to get us. It's time for the Cowboys to represent and show them that we ain't nothing to mess with. But before I get things started with this schedule, I just also want to let you know that Cowboys Nation, y'all represent this star and know who the true America's team is right here. This is an understanding. Everybody else wants to get that title. They haven't earned it. Back in the 70s, this representation was with this star. Got to get back to those times, but no one, I repeat, no team, no organization can represent the America's team as much as this star has, and that will never change. I just wanted to put that out there real quick for any game and shenanigans some other team in the opposition will like to say. They haven't earned that, no matter if they're in the capital or whatnot. Now back to this NFL schedule. One thing that I noticed is that the first game of the season, I wanted that. I wanted that smoke. I wanted that smoke for our team. And we go against the Philadelphia Eagles, September 4th. First game of the season. The Eagles hold up their banner. I'm here to tarnish that. I want us to destroy that and show them who the true superior of an NFC East team is in that. Go out there and represent like you're supposed to. The next game we have is against the New York Giants. That's our first home game. And to be honest with you, this division, we gotten stronger. And the NFL kind of took notice of that, and they wanted to lay the hammer on us. But at the same time, us as one of the divisional teams in the NFC East, they call us a beast, call our division the beast. And for that, they wanted to lay the hammer down on us as a whole. But where I think here, it's going to be a tough time trying to sweep a team in the NFC East, and everyone's got to earn their keep. So this Giants matchup is going to be nothing to sleaze at. In week 3, we go up against the Chicago Bears, and that's going to be the introduction of Ben Johnson, the new head coach of the Bears. So we're going to go up against Caleb Williams and those boys up there, Rome Odunze, going in their second year. It's going to be a fun little matchup. Then Week 4, we play against the Green Bay Packers, and that one's going to be a key matchup. See if Dallas can destroy the demon that Green Bay has put stole us the last 2 seasons, and we'll see how that matchup goes. The next matchup we have is against the New York Jets, and that's going to be the introduction of Aaron Glenn as the new head coach of the Jets. Overall, that's going to be a tough matchup. He's a defensive guy. We're going to see how it is. Next matchup against the Carolina Panthers, and that's on October 12th. That one, I'm not going to say is one that's going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a true competition of both teams. Carolina, who knows? They could sneak up on somebody. Just saying. The next matchup, we go against our divisional rival, the Washington Commanders, on October 10th. And if I'm looking at that correctly, that one is going to be our third opportunity to go up against the opposition. We'll see how it plays out. It's a big rivalry, and looking forward to that every year. The next matchup we have is against the Denver Broncos, and that one's going to be a tough one because Sean Payton is up there in the Mile High State, and those Broncos with Bo Nix, they're nothing to sneeze at. And overall, I think with what they have as a whole as a component, is going to bring a tough matchup. We got to go to Denver, and that's always a tough place to play, and especially in the AFC West. We got a couple of those matchups this coming season. It's going to challenge us. But at the same time, we just got to go out there, play like we're supposed to, and see how the results will go at the end. Then we have a Monday night game against the Arizona Cardinals. I can see that as another revenge game where Arizona has gotten the edge on Dallas the last couple of seasons. And this time around, we can see if we can rewrite that wrong. Then we go into our bye week. And then after that, we got another Monday night game against the Las Vegas Raiders. And that's going to be the introduction of Pete Carroll and that Raiders design that he has cooking up. He also got Ashton Genty as well. And Ashton Genty was one of those guys that I thought Dallas could get, but he went earlier. But after that, we'll see how it goes. Pete Carroll knows what to do with running backs. Hopefully he runs the ball. If you know, you know. The next matchup is against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's after we played them week 1. They come to Dallas on November 23rd. That's right before Thanksgiving, and that's going to be a tough matchup there. See how that plays out. And then on Gobble Gobble Day, finally got a change of an opposition. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid, those guys who say, how about those Chiefs? We're the real. How about them Cowboys? That's going to be a fun little matchup on Turkey Day. So hopefully everybody can tune into that matchup, most definitely. And then we have another Thursday night game. We have a Thursday night game against the Detroit Lions. I think we go to Detroit this time around. And as the season goes, those are going to be kind of the key matchups, especially going into January. Detroit is nothing to sneeze at. Then we got the Minnesota Vikings, who also had a good season this past season, who's going to be a tough matchup. So it's going to be fun to see how the conclusion of the season is going to be, especially with what Dallas has with their new coach and Shoddy and kind of a change in scheme, schematics, and also try to bring something new compared to what McCarthy could do. And with that going through the season, seeing how that stretch is going to go. I'm very intrigued to see how that's going to play out. The next matchup we have is against the Los Angeles Chargers, and that's Jim Harbaugh. He's basically going in his second year, and he has Amarion Hampton. He has Justin Herbert. So he's got some pieces to work with, even on the defense with Junior Colston at linebacker. So that's going to be a nice matchup. Nothing's given. Then we go on a Thursday where we play Washington on Christmas Day. I think that's going to be on Netflix. That's going to be a fun matchup on the holidays. Normally it's basketball time. I can get myself the enjoyment of watching my boys play on Christmas instead of watching basketball. No worries, I'm going to watch basketball as well. But with this matchup, Dallas goes to Washington on Christmas Day. It's kind of like a bonus Thanksgiving Day that we didn't get. But at the same time, we get our rivals on Christmas Day. Lots of fun. Happy holidays. And then we conclude the season with the New York Giants, where we go to New York to close out the 2025 regular season. So with that being said, this schedule is something that they really wanted to challenge us early, but they also wanted to challenge us late during the season. And overall, what I think with how this season is going to go, we have 4 teams that pretty much had double-digit wins. I can't go through, say, which week it's going to be, but we have 4 straight games where we got teams that went double-digit. Then we got to come back and play 6 straight teams with 14-plus wins. No team in the NFL has that, and for that, I'm just like, yo, the NFL trying to kill us. But at the same time, I'm just to that point where I love the challenge. I want to bring that energy where it's like, line them up. They mess around and find out who the real team's going to be, so be it. But overall, I like how the schedule is going. I don't want anything easy. I don't want anything handed to them. I don't want anything that's like, oh, shoot, there's going to be a breeze streak. Yeah, no, that's not me, man. I'm not trying to have that for my team. I want us to earn every win when it counts. Also, fight. Every matchup is going to be a fight on the hands, and hopefully my boys come out on top in that battle. Finish that fight. But with that said, that's going to conclude my episode with the 2025 season. It's going to be fun, y'all. Keep the faith. We got it. I know people want to say we them boys. Let's just say DC for life and not for short. Dallas Cowboys for life. Thank you for tuning in to my 2025 schedule recap. You can check us out on our main podcast with the 14 Rings NFC East podcast, where we'll do our discussions and things coming up. We got some Mount Rushmores that we're going to talk about as well. You can check us out on all our platforms with the 14 Rings NFC East podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Blessing, much love. DC for life. Dallas Cowboys for life. Let's finish that fight. Blessings and much love.